Imagine for a moment that everything you believe you are holding on to is actually falling apart in the silence of the night. Ask yourself, are you really prepared for what is to come? There is a huge shadow forming behind the horizon of your life, a movement so subtle that it almost goes unnoticed, but which carries the weight of an inevitable revelation. What if everything you thought you knew as destiny is just the surface of a deeper mystery, an enigma that God is silently urging you to unravel? The discomfort you feel now, this restlessness that no one can explain, is the clearest sign that something huge is being woven within the invisible, something that could forever reshape the contours of your world. This hidden, almost inaudible call echoes like an ancient whisper within you, awakening questions that you did not even dare to ask. Why has the wait been so long? Why do the answers never come at the right time? Could the universe, or whoever is directing this silent symphony, be preparing a trap or a gift of unimaginable proportions? Have you ever felt the weight of a secret pressing on your soul, a veiled promise that insists on existing behind the appearances of everyday life? What lies behind this silence? There is something too big to be revealed all at once, something that requires you to delve into the darkness of your own soul to see the approaching light. And that light is not just a glow, but a colossal force that can transform everything you thought was your truth. Deep down, do you feel as if time is stretching, coiling into invisible spirals that pull you to a point where past and future become one? It is as if each experience, each frustration, and each repressed hope were threads intertwined by an invisible hand, a gigantic tapestry that is only now beginning to reveal its patterns. The question that begs the question: do you have the courage to accept that everything you have suffered so far has not been in vain, that there is a silent intelligence orchestrating a turnaround so colossal that it will defy all your understanding? Fear and expectation mix in a silent dance, and you are at the center of this whirlwind, forced to choose whether to remain in your comfort zone or surrender to the unknown that is, at the same time, threat and promise. But what if everything you judged as failure, all the closed doors, were in fact parts of a hidden map, a path designed to lead you to a colossal opening, a secret passage that only reveals itself to those who have the patience of silence and the courage to wait? This idea deconstructs you, doesn't it? It breaks with the cold logic of the rational world that insists on pushing you towards immediate results, towards tangible certainties. God, or whatever is driving this invisible game, acts like a sculptor who molds a masterpiece, patiently, wisely, and silently. And you are the living canvas of this creation, about to receive a transformative blow that will rewrite your story from the inside out. Have you ever found yourself doubting your own luck, wondering if the universe has something special in store for you, or if everything is just a repetitive cycle of ups and downs? What if this doubt is the very portal to your change? The doubt that bothers and corrodes you inside is, in fact, the key that unlocks internal doors, a veiled invitation to look within and find a strength that you didn't even know existed. Behind this veil of uncertainty, there's a silent secret, a gigantic force that is being accumulated, growing silently, like a storm that announces not destruction, but rebirth. And you are on the edge of this storm, where the impossible begins to become inevitable. The feeling of being lost, disconnected, or even blocked is not an accident. It is the fertile ground where the greatest transformations happen. Have you ever noticed how, often, the greatest darkness precedes the most intense light? God, or the power behind creation, knows this better than anyone. Therefore, this gigantic preparation that is being made for you is not something simple or quick. It is a slow and profound metamorphosis where every part of your life, every doubt, every fear is being honed into something much greater than you can imagine. Do you feel this silent pressure growing? It is the warning that precedes the impossible, the harbinger of a turn that will shake your certainties. And here is the enigma that you cannot escape. What is being prepared for you is so gigantic, so beyond what your mind can capture now, that it will only be revealed when you are completely ready, when your soul, heart, and mind are aligned to receive this magnitude. This alignment is rare, almost sacred, and there are no shortcuts to achieving it. So the question that resonates within you, without asking permission, is, are you willing to wait, to transform yourself, to leave everything you know behind, even without knowing what comes next? Because what God is preparing is not just a gift. It is an internal revolution that will echo forever in your destiny. Imagine that life is a vast, silent ocean, where each wave carries invisible stories, deep memories, and forgotten dreams that the wind whispers at night. These waves do not end. They just transform, echoing through time, touching invisible shores that only the soul can reach. Now, feel within yourself this subtle tide, this pulse that does not fade, that continues to reverberate like a secret kept deep within your being. What has been awakened here is not an end, but an awakening, a light that remains faint and powerful to illuminate the paths that are yet to come, even when silence reigns again. What if this journey that we have just traveled together is just a loose petal from an immense secret garden, a place where old pains blossom into beauty and where the darkest doubts transform into bridges that connect fear to courage? Each sensation, each planted symbol, sprouted silently within you, germinating new questions that do not seek easy answers, but invite a deep dance with the unknown. Allow this dance to continue within you, a silent invitation for each step, even the hesitant one, to be a movement towards expansion, towards the truth that hides behind the veil of reality. Look within and see how shadow and light coexist in an eternal embrace, how night and day merge on the horizon of a consciousness that grows unhurriedly. It is in this subtle encounter, in this invisible bridge between what was and what will be, that the true mystery of existence resides. Not certainty, but the continuous pulse of transformation. What you feel now is the silent flame that never goes out, the eternal whisper of possibility that lives in your heart. Let this flame gently ignite the forgotten corners of your soul, so that the echo of this experience becomes your most faithful guide. Have you ever wondered why life sometimes seems to refuse to follow your rhythm? Why, even when you do everything right, doors still close behind you? Maybe, just maybe, the universe is preparing you for something so great that you can't yet comprehend it. What if every challenge, every pain, every moment of silence is a silent preparation for a blessing that is about to unfold? It is no coincidence that you are here at this very moment, hearing these words. Something inside you recognizes the truth they hold. What you're feeling right now is not just curiosity, it is your soul recognizing that you are on the verge of transformation. Imagine that behind every hardship you have faced, there is an invisible force shaping your character, strengthening your faith, and preparing your spirit for what is to come. Every tear, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt is being used as a tool to sculpt the person you need to become. And when the time is right, you will look back and realize that it all had a purpose. The silence you feel now is not abandonment. It is preparation. God is not distant. He is silently working on your behalf, aligning the universe so that you receive what is rightfully yours. Have you ever wondered why, despite your efforts, things don't happen as you expect? Maybe it's because what you want is not what you need. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, knows exactly what you need to grow, evolve, and achieve your purpose. And even if you don't understand it now, every obstacle is an opportunity in disguise. Every challenge is a lesson that prepares you for the greatness that is to come. Don't despair in the face of adversity. It is the stepping stones that will take you to the top. Now, stop for a moment and reflect. What would you do if you knew, for sure, that something extraordinary was about to happen in your life? How would you behave? How would you feel? This feeling you are experiencing now is a harbinger, a sign that something great is on its way. Don't ignore this intuition. It is the voice of your soul guiding you to what is rightfully yours. Be open, be receptive, And above all, be prepared to receive the blessings that are about to manifest in your life. And if you feel that you are ready to take the next step, to align yourself with the divine purpose that is being revealed, then take that step with faith and trust. Like this video, share it with those who also need to hear this message, and subscribe to continue receiving inspiration and motivation for your journey. Remember, the best is yet to come, and you are about to experience something that will transform your life forever. Think of Abraham, a man who walked by faith even though he couldn't see the full path ahead of him. God blessed him with a promise that seemed impossible for his age and situation, but he persevered. Even facing doubts, long waits, and challenges, Abraham became the father of a nation, a symbol of faith and victory. His story reminds us that when we trust in God's timing, the impossible becomes reality. God not only transforms lives, He grants victories that surpass our greatest expectations, showing that patience and faith go hand in hand to open doors we never imagined existed. Another powerful example is Joseph, who faced betrayal, injustice, and even imprisonment. But his integrity and unwavering faith led God to elevate him to a position of power and influence, saving not only his family, but an entire nation from famine. Joseph's transformation shows that hardships do not define our destiny. They pave the way for spectacular victories. When we trust in God's plan, even the darkest moments can become the prelude to an extraordinary achievement, reminding us that God is a master at transforming pain into triumph. Every story we hear, every example of divine victory, is a silent invitation to look within and recognize that something greater is at work in our lives. The transformation that God is preparing is not just an isolated event, but an invisible web that connects our pains, hopes, and dreams in a unique symphony of growth and power. Allow yourself to feel this force pulsing in your heart, even if you cannot yet fully decipher its meaning. This journey of faith and transformation is ongoing, a path where mystery coexists with certainty and silence carries the answers that time will reveal. What seems distant or impossible today may tomorrow be your most profound testimony, living proof that God works between the lines of life to create something gigantic and unforgettable. Embrace this invisible call, because your victory is already being drawn in the shadows of your present. If something touched you here, leave a word that resonates with that inner truth. Share in the comments the phrase that best translates what your heart feels right now. And let's build this space of hope and transformation together. Like, share, and subscribe so that this journey continues to awaken the giant that exists in each of us.